Good. Be ready, okay? So, Justin and Lina explain to me what's going on yesterday too, all right? All right, go ahead, Michelle.
Normal fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Normal fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Michelle. Show them the timers and show them how to do meditation. Johnny, do you have the doodle statue that I gave to you yesterday?
I forgot to bring it home.
Where?
I think it's at the temple.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Michelle. Okay, tell them, explain to them how to do meditation first before you set up.
You should keep your back and neck straight. Close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out. That's one. Don't hold your breath. Keep your back and neck straight. Don't listen to your monkey mind. If you lose track of your counting, restart from 1.
Good. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3, go.
One, two, three. It's done.
Okay. Hold them.
Lina?
23.
Michelle, any more?
Caitlin? 17. Alan?
24.
Olivia?
11.
Olivia, your mind is not clear. You need to clean the lens. All right. Use the cloth and clean the lens so that you can see you clearly. Okay, Alan, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Good. You're smart boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
In the city of Sawati, there was a housewife who had 10 children. After giving birth to each child, she spent her days nursing.
I'm sorry,
right?
this one you guys watched before. Sorry, I need to go back there. Yeah, I think
Is that of Katanyu Kataweti. It teaches us to be grateful and repay.
I'm sorry, I need to use. Let's see. This one is very long, but okay.
In the Buddha's time, there was a certain man who had an opportunity to listen to the Buddha's teachings. Afterwards, he decided to ordain. Each morning, he performed his monk duties of going for bintabat, or making alms rounds. However, owing to his past karma, he rarely had enough to eat. On some days, he would only have a few spoonfuls of rice. This made it difficult for him to stay focused enough to remain as a monk. After being hungry for many days, his mind started to wander. Out of weakness, his mind settled on an idea that deep inside he knew was towing the line between right and wrong. He decided to collect alms at his old house. His former wife, hoping to make merit, but also hoping to entice her former husband to return to life as a householder, eagerly invited him in, saying, "Come in, Venerable Sir. I will provide you with all the food you used to eat when you lived here." So she and his former servants offered the young monk all his favorite foods. But before he left, his former wife said, "Please feel free to stop by anytime you need food, even if it's every day. I'm more than happy to serve you. No one knows what you like more than I do." And so, the monk made it a habit to stop by almost daily, so that his former wife could continue to serve him his favorite foods. One day, the monk stopped by, but no one answered the door. He kept knocking and knocking, but there was no response. After a while, his former wife came out and said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know you were coming today. I was offering food to an elder monk who walked by for bintabat. Please wait a few minutes for him to finish, and I'll serve you next." The young monk felt heat rise into his head. He felt jealous and possessive. This was his former wife, and this was his former house. As he watched the elder monk walk away, a flood of emotions overtook him. His former wife noticed this and smiled inside. Things were going according to her plan. She said, "Venerable Sir, please come inside. I will prepare all your favorite foods and your usual seat." And so, his former wife served him. Owing to his swirling thoughts and intense emotions, the meal was not as rewarding as it usually was. The conflicted monk went back to his kuti, where he tossed and turned all night. He kept thinking, "Why should I remain a monk and suffer when I could go back and be with my former wife, who knows what I like and can take care of me? If I don't go back, she could find another to take care of." When his fellow monks learned of his feelings, they took him to ask for advice from the Buddha. The Buddha said, "Is it true what they say, monk? Are you tempted to disrobe by thoughts of the wife you left?" "Yes, sir, I am." "Monk, why is it you feel this way when in the past you once had your head cut off for this very woman?" And upon their request, the Buddha told the story of the past. Once upon a time, when Brahmadatta reigned in Benares, the Bodhisattva was born in the village of Kasi and made a living as a robber. Through his actions, he was infamous for being bold and strong as an elephant. No man could catch him. One day, after he robbed a rich merchant who was a close friend of the king, the merchant, along with many others who had been robbed, petitioned the king to capture the master robber. The king ordered many soldiers to apprehend the robber. Eventually, the robber was captured, and the whole city was relieved. The king ordered him whipped in the town square in front of everyone and condemned him to be executed. In that same town lived a famous courtesan named Sama. She was a favorite of the king. She had a suite of 500 female slaves and charged rich men 1,000 pieces for a night with her. She had countless nobles and merchants as her clients. When the robber was tied to a post in the town square, Sama came out to see what the commotion was about. She was immediately overcome by his height, his muscular frame, his good looks, and his confidence. She fell in love with him and desired him above all else. She sent some of her slaves to find out if she could buy the robber's freedom. She was told that the king had ordered a public execution and someone had to die. If she wanted this robber, she would have to find a willing substitute to take his place and pay the executioner a bribe of 1,000 gold coins. There was one particularly older merchant who was intensely in love with Sama. He would stop by every day to bring her gifts and 1,000 gold coins. Sama, however, had no feelings for him and only allowed him to continue his visits due to his gifts and attention. So, on the day that she received news from the executioner, she waited for the love-struck merchant to stop by. She took his gift of 1,000 gold coins and placed it in her lap and started crying. The merchant, worried about her, asked what was wrong. Sama told him that the robber in the town square was actually her brother, and he was about to be executed. She told him that if someone brought the executioner a letter and 1,000 gold pieces, he would let his prisoner free. She told him that she couldn't find anyone to take the letter and the money to the executioner. The merchant quickly saw his opportunity and said, "I will do it for you. I would do anything for your love. Give me the letter, and I will pay the 1,000 gold coins for your brother myself. Never fear, I'm here to serve you." Sama then said, "I always knew that you were the one who loved me most. Take this letter, and when you give it to the executioner, give him the money and tell him you came willingly and that you know the plan." When the merchant arrived, he gave the executioner the letter. Having not read it, as he trusted Sama completely, he didn't know that it said, "I am to die in the place of the robber." The executioner read the letter and said, "Are you sure?" "Yes." "And you do this willingly?" "Yes." "Where's the payment?" "Here, sir." "So be it." And with that, the executioner and his assistant gagged the merchant and put a bag over his head. They then took the robber away and delivered him to Sama's waiting servants. And later that night, in front of a large crowd, the love-struck merchant had his head cut off. Sama and the freed robber proceeded to spend every day and every night enjoying sensual pleasures with each other. Sama stopped entertaining guests and spent all her time with the handsome robber. However, as time passed, the robber was no longer blinded by lust and carnal pleasures. One day, after a pleasure session, a thought occurred to him. If this woman was willing to send a man to his death because of her love for another man, what will happen to me if she falls in love with another man? She'll have me put to death and to take pleasure in the new man. This woman is treacherous, and I must no longer dwell here. I must escape. However, I will not go away empty-handed. I will take as much as I can carry. So he waited, and one day, after a pleasure session, he said to her, "My love, we've spent many days indoors. I feel like a bird locked in a cage. Wouldn't it be wonderful to make love in the forest? If you would, adorn yourself with all your expensive finery. That makes you even more attractive to me. And let us go away to the forest, where we can find intense pleasure." Sama, blinded by love, much like the love-struck merchant was with her, could not see through this plot. She readily agreed and wanted nothing more than to pleasure her lover. She dressed in all the finest clothes and expensive jewelry that she received as gifts from rich customers. They got into a wagon and headed for the woods. Once they were alone, the robber moved to embrace her. He wrapped his strong arms around her and squeezed. He squeezed her harder and harder until she could barely breathe. She squeaked out, "Lover, please be more gentle. I can barely breathe." However, the robber only squeezed harder until he thought he had successfully killed her. Thinking that she was dead and his plan successful, the robber stole everything of value and took off into the forest. Unbeknownst to the robber, Sama had not died, but simply lost consciousness. When she came to, she saw that all of her jewelry was missing. The robber was nowhere to be found. Still blinded by love, she assumed that he must have gotten too excited and embraced her too strongly. Then, thinking she died, he must have feared for his safety and run off with her jewelry. She called out to him, my love, I'm not dead. Come back to me." Sama, stricken by loss, stopped wearing nice garments and barely ate or showered. She collected as much money as she could and sent her 500 slaves to all the neighboring towns and cities with a quest. They were to memorize a poem and recite it at large gatherings in every city and town. And so, the slaves went off. One slave happened to travel to a city where the robber had settled. She began her poem. On a beautiful day, lovers together were Sama and her man. Behind a large tree, a strong embrace ended in a swoon, but not death. Sama, alive, waits for thee. The robber, hearing this, came near, but did not reveal himself. He said, "Whether alive or dead, her I do not want. Her eyes rove, and her heart falls in love. For a man, she would betray another, and send the fool to his death. Me too, Sama would betray, were I not to flee far away." And with that, the robber skillfully disappeared into the crowd. When the female slave returned, she relayed the message to Sama. This broke Sama's heart, and eventually she returned to her prior profession. And the Buddha concluded the Chataka by saying, "At that time, this monk was the rich merchant. His former wife was Sama, and I myself was the robber." At the end of this, the worldly-minded monk was able to penetrate the suffering inherent in following one's desires and attained enlightenment as a Sotapanna. What did you learn?
Okay, Alan, you understand what's the story about?
Yeah, so there's a monk and he has not enough food to eat. So he can't like concentrate on being a monk. And then he goes he visits his former wife's house and she gives him food to eat. And then he does that every day. But then one day when he comes there, he sees another monk in there, and she feeds the other monk, and then she lets the younger monk in, and he eats, and then all night he rolls around in his like bed, and the next after the other monks hear his feelings, they tell Buddha and they talk to Buddha about it, and Buddha tells the story. There's a strong robber, and he robbed people, and they caught him. The people, the king's soldiers caught him, and then they stand there to tie him up, and then there was a princess, I think, and she was walking by and she saw that robber and she liked him, so she said she knew that if she gave him the executor a 100 or 1,000 gold coins, he would let the robber free. So there was a someone, and he already loved her, and she told him to go and give that guy 1,000 gold pieces, and he didn't know that the note said to kill him. So the executor said, "Is this true?" And he said yes. And then he tied up the other person, and he put him, and then his head was cut off. And after the guy died, then she freed the robber, and they stayed together. And then one day the robber said to himself, if she finds another husband, then she will kill the robber. So he told his wife to go to the forest and bring all the valuable stuff. So she did that, and then when they got there, he squeezed her tighter and tighter, and then she passed out. And then he took all her gold and stuff, and he hid it. He ran away and hid it. And she woke up, and she called for him, but he didn't reply. So she got sad, and she went back to the castle place. And then one day she told her 500 woman slaves to go and sing a poem, and they did. And one of the slaves happened to come near the place where the robber was, and then she sang out that song, and the robber heard it. So he came over there and said, if the princess finds another man, then she would kill the robber. And then he walked away and disappeared. And then the slave told the princess about that, and the princess got sad. And then Buddha ended the story, and Buddha said she was the robber, and the monk was the guy whose head got chopped off, and his wife, the monk's former wife, was the princess. So, and then that's the end.
Okay, Michelle, what you learn from this story?
Now, if we shouldn't be attached to lovers or pleasure, and because if we do, there would be a bad consequence.
Okay. Caitlin Young, what you learn from this story?
I learned that you shouldn't be too attached to something because that might cause trouble in the future.
Oliva, what you learn?
That like to be careful and stuff because you can get hurt or something.
Jason, what you learn?
Don't attach to lover because if we do in the future, there could be a fact of a problem.
Okay. What happens if you're so attached to your games, Jason?
You won't learn so much, and in the future you can't play, and because you won't have enough.
Okay. Raise your hand if you think that you cannot live without games. Alan?
I cannot live without Roblox. Me.
Really?
I cannot live without Minecraft.
You know?
Minecraft is very important. And I cannot live without Fortnite.
Oh, really? Wow.
Call of Duty.
I
cannot
can.
live with
Okay.
Minecraft.
Okay.
I don't need video games. I did my homework.
Okay.
I need video games to live.
All right.
Video games give me water.
Thank you. So be careful when you say that you cannot live without games. Yes, means you stop with game, okay? And you could not move on to do the homework and so forth. So Oliva, can you tell them what happened if they say they cannot live without games? What happened then?
So like if you play too much games because you can't live without games, then you will get your homework late. You'll be behind on your homework and you might get bad grades or something.
What happened with your eyes when you look into computer too much when you play games?
Your eyes become worse and you might have to get glasses or something.
All right. So yeah, what happened with your brain if you say that you cannot live without your games, Michelle? What do you think?
You'll be stupid.
Wow, you smart. Yeah, Michelle, what do you say?
I think like if you say you can't live without games, then like you would have to when like your parents tell you to eat or do something for yourself, like for example, go to the restroom or eat, and you are attached to the game, so you don't want to eat or drink anything, and that would be bad for you.
Okay, Jason, what happened with your brain when you attach so much to your games?
You won't think about homework. You'll do it like turned in late, and you'll get bad grades.
Yeah. How about Lena, Mai? You know what happened with your brain when you say that you cannot live without your games? You know what happened?
You will not be smart.
Yeah. So don't attach to much. Okay, Caitlin Young, tell them what's happening yesterday and show them. Go ahead, Caitlin Young.
So yesterday we celebrated Buddha's birthday, and at first we prayed for like a little, like for like around 45 minutes, I think. And then after that we had lunch.
Naila, what you learned yesterday, Naila, when you was at the temple? Turn on the mic, Naila.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead, Naila. What you learned yesterday?
We learned about Buddha and we prayed and stuff.
Okay. Lina Mai, you learned anything yesterday when you came with your parents?
I forgot it.
You forgot. How about Justin Dương? What did you learn from yesterday celebration? Justin.
I learned to do meditation, and meditation calms your mind down.
Yeah. Okay. Caitlin Dương, you're the last one more time. Why do we pour the water onto the Buddha statue, the baby Buddha? Why is that? Explain to them. Remember? Remember that? Okay, go ahead, Justin.
For it to shower?
It's just a symbolic way, right? Symbolic way to remember that you need to cleanse your mind. Yes, go ahead, Michelle. Tell them, Michelle.
When you shower the Buddha, it's kind of like cleaning your mind.
Okay. All right. So now our time is 6:30. In Houston is 5:30. So today is special day. Who know why today is special day? Who know? Yes, Hong. Why so special for today?
Because our time
Because tomorrow's bubble day.
No. Go ahead, Hong.
Because our time is different.
No. Okay. So
Because people slap their face.
Oh, Lily. Who else? I want to do. I want to see tutor for the first grader. All right. Can you raise your hand? Can turn on the cam, Lily. Lily and who else? Yes, Lily and Sophia. Raise your hand, Sophia. And Diana. So raise your hands, Diana. Okay, good. Uyển, you first grader tutor? You too?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. So Lily, can you tell them why today is so important? It's so special. Go ahead, Lily. Tell them.
It's because today we're going to announce who gets the prize for being a good student.
Okay. So let Diana, you know who you like to be the best student in your class for first grader. Sophia. Sorry, Diana.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, we know.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who?
Can I say who it is right now?
Yeah.
The three of them?
Two.
Yeah.
Who is
Lena
that?
and Helm.
Lena and
Helm.
Oh, Hồng. Yeah. Raise your hand, Hồng. Raise your hand, Lena. Yes. Congratulations. So.
Dạ thưa thầy, mình có một bác show nữa, nhưng mà khi after cái này á, mình cho tutor vô trong lớp và mấy cái tutor sẽ nói chuyện ở trong lớp again. Có nghĩa after cái ở outside là tutor vô trong lớp và tutor sẽ nói chuyện với lại học trò one more time. So please tutor stay, okay? Stay back. Don't join your class after this one, okay? Thank you.
Okay, so Sophia, can you tell why Hồng and Lena are so special in your class?
Well, they've been always the one who would participate. They were always happy. They would pay attention. They would behave well. They would basically always be a really good student. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations, Hồng and Lena. So I want to say congratulations. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hồng and Lena.
Congrats.
Yeah. I have special gift for you, both your okay. And Lena, show them the special award that I gave you yesterday. Show them. Yes, that's so special. Why is that, Lena? Why so special?
Because it's a Buddha that could help you with something.
Yeah, that's why you came yesterday, right? To our temple, right? That's why I gave to you, right? Not for fun, but this is the Bodhisattva we bless you, right? Where will you put that Bodhisattva, Lena?
I just put it with the other Buddhas.
Can you show them where?
Sure.
Okay. Hồng, when they come to Houston, I give you that special award too, okay? All right. So again, congratulations. You guys so special, Lena and Hồng. Thank you. And Let's say Sophia, Diana, Uyên. Can you tell them how special they are, Uyên?
Because they always participate and they always be respectful and they always turn on their camera.
Good, thank you, Lina. Wow, the others so beautiful. So can you show them how you put a YouTube video to put up there? YouTube short to put up there, right?
I could put it up there.
Yeah, go ahead, put up there. Yeah. Okay. Be careful, okay? Don't strip, okay?
Yeah.
Be careful. Use too short, right? You use the chair.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. That's wonderful. Okay, so that is for our first grade. We have two special students that get the award, Linda, Mai, and Hong. One more time, everyone say congratulations. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Give them a clap. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So, you know, this week is the last week of our semester. All right. So, that's what today we will announce the student who get the award, right, for the first grade and the second grade. Okay. And tomorrow will be the third and the fourth. All right. And the Wednesday will be the fifth and the sixth. And the last day, you know what happened. Okay. All right. So be ready. Okay. Tell your parents to join in so that they can recognize. Hong, where's your mom?
I'll go tell her.
Yeah, tell her now. I think she will proud of you. Lina, you tell her. You told your mom and dad that you are a good student and you got the award.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and tell her. Yeah, thank you. Wonderful. Okay. So who are the tutor for second grader? Okay, Uyên. Who else? Who else then? Cô Trang. Oh, okay. Mia, Eileen. Who else? Is that enough, cô Trang? Oh, no, cô Trang.
I think my mom's at work yet. She can't come.
Yeah.
Sao cô đủ không cô?
Okay. Yeah.
Uyên, Mia, Eileen.
Eileen.
Ai nữa
dạ
cô?
đúng rồi thầy, đủ rồi thầy.
Okay.
Khôi, dạ sorry thầy, còn Khôi mà con liên lạc không được.
Okay. All right, let's start with Mia. You know who are the best student in your class?
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's Justin, Asia, and Dragon.
Wow, congratulations. Okay, Eileen, are you agree that we have that 3 best students in your class? Can you tell them why is that, Eileen?
Because they always turn on their camera.
Okay.
They are very responsive.
Okay, good. How about Uyên? Can you tell them why? Let's spell one more times. We have Justin, Asia, Do, and Dragon Farm, right? Why, Quyên? Why they are the best student in your class?
Because they always participate in any of the assignments and they always attend their class and they always turn on their camera.
Wow, congratulations. So everyone give them the laugh, okay? Give them and say congratulations. Turn on the turn on the mic and say that too. Right?
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, we proud you. Justin. So remember I gave you the award yesterday? Show them now. Show them too. Yeah, that's the same Bodhisattva. And where will you put that Bodhisattva, Justin?
Where my sister put it.
Where? Show them. Where?
Like where at the hallway where people walks.
Just show them. Can you move your computer and show them? Asia's here.
She's not here.
Oh, she's not here. Can you call her? Caitlin, can you call her? Quick. Caitlin from New Jersey?
I don't really know, but the thing I can't communicate to her is on Roblox.
Okay.
But I don't think she'll answer.
Okay. Where's Dragon's here? Jennifer, Dragon is here?
No.
Oh, can you call him to get in? No?
They're playing at so Dragon's playing at his house and Anthony's at his house too. And Anthony's is not in the Zoom because he doesn't have his iPad.
Okay, call him for me, okay? All right, one more time, okay? So today we have a special student that won the award. Okay, Sophia, can you announce one more time for your grade, for the first grade? Who are they? Sophia, can you make announcement?
They're Hong and Lena.
Okay, thank you, Hong, and congratulations, Hong and Lena. Okay, let's see here. Mia, can you make one more time announcement? Who are the good student in your class? One more time, Mia.
There are Justin, Asia, and Dragon.
Yeah, again, everyone turn on the cam and say 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you. So make sure remind yourself, remind your parents. Tomorrow we will make announcement for the third and the fourth graders. Okay, the winners and the best student. We will give them the award. Okay. All right. So the tutor for the first grader and second grader, please log into your breakout room so that you can talk with your student. All right. And we will do the same way for tomorrow. All right. The third grader and the fourth grader. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, go Lang, please. Thank you. Yeah.